us about the sparring with Sean Porter. What exactly does he bring that helps you prepare for Anthony Durrell, or what does Sean Porter bring that helps him prepare for Errol Spence?
Well, when I sparred Sean Porter, it was, you know, he's not as tall or he's not as big, you know what I mean? So, and he has a different style from Anthony Durrell. So what we did with him, we kind of just try to box. We try to box more, use the jab more, stop him with the jab. And, you know, we both walked away with stuff, you know, because if Anthony Durrell decides to put pressure, you know, then that was going to be perfect for that. So, and me, you know, if Errol Spence decides to box with Sean Porter, which I'm pretty sure he is, you know, in maybe a couple rounds, you know, then we both have something to work on from there.
You said you had a lot to prove in this fight when you talked to PBC. Tell us what you want to prove to everyone on this fight.
What I want to prove is I want to let everybody know that I'm the best, and that's what I'm gunning for. I want to be the best super middleweight in the world, and that's what we're going to accomplish too.
Now, David, two-part question. David, one, do you think the cut that Anthony sustained in his last fight, do you think it healed properly?
I haven't even thought about that. Now that you bring it up, I mean, we'll touch it a couple times and we'll see what happens from there. But I'm not worried about the cut. You know, I'm not worried about one specific area. We're gonna touch everything. You know what I mean?
And the second part, no disrespect to Anthony, but is Caleb Plant somebody you're thinking about?
Definitely. That's a fight we have to get made in the future. Caleb Plant, Colin Smith, Billy Joe Sanders, and if we could get a Canelo in there, then that's definitely fights we want to get. You know, like I said, my goal is to be the best super middleweight in the world, and that's what we're gonna do.
What about Triple G? Thank you, David.
Well, Triple G fights at 160, and he's with Dazin, so I mean it's a little bit out of our reach. But if we could get something done right there, then that's definitely something we could do.
Now, David, obviously you just brought up Billy Joe. He'll be fighting at the Staples Center in November. He's also with the Zone. But do you feel like that's a fight that could be made? I mean, because you mentioned Canelo's name. He's with the Zone as well. What do you think What do you think will have to happen in order to get those fights made with those fighters across the street?
I feel like what we have to do is, you know, I feel like the fans are gonna demand it soon. You know, so if I'm the fighter I think I'm gonna be, you know, and the fans want to see me, and it's gonna get demanded, and then it's gonna be easy to be made, like how Joshua was with Reese. You know, there's only so many fights that big star fights that could be made. So, you know, my job is, you know, just to work hard and win these fights, and then we'll see what happens from there.
Now, obviously, a fighter that's not across the street, Caleb Plant, who was mentioned just briefly ago. Today, PBC released a video getting his prediction for the fight. He did, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but he did predict for you to come out victorious. However, he mentioned how he doesn't feel neither fighter is that good. What are your thoughts?
I feel like he's just still mad because only 50 people showed up to his fight at the MGM Grand. So, I mean, if he's a superior fighter, why does he only have 50 people show up? They couldn't even put a co-main event. So he's mad about that. You know, I mean, look at me. My last fight, when I fought, there was 50,000 people there. So, I mean, I don't got to speak on that. You know, the day's going to come, and we'll see who's the best when that day comes.
David, you said you were looking really forward to fighting here at Staples Center in front of a lot of Mexican fans. So is that an extra motivation here for you?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I'm fighting in my own backyard. I've been training here for almost 10 years, so I have a lot of fans here. I have a lot of family here. A lot of people that support me, a lot of Mexican people, you know, a lot of Latinos, you know, so this fight is definitely going to be for them, and I'm expecting to have a lot of support on Saturday.
Any kind of message to them?
It's going to be a great fight. You know, they want to see wars, and that's what I'm going to give them.
Now, David, we're used to seeing like usually Canelo, big fight, Mexican Independence Weekend. There was a couple fights that weekend, but no big Hispanic fighter, at least in my opinion. Do you feel like you're trying to prove a message, given that it's still Hispanic Heritage Month, and we're not trying to give a good fight to the Mexican crowd?
Definitely. That's always the plan. You know, I want to be that fighter where it becomes like the Oscar De La Hoya, Felix Trinidad. You know, when they fight, it basically becomes a holiday. Everybody gathers around at the house, and it's basically a celebration. So that's basically the fighter I want to be. I want to be that exciting fighter that when the fans go to the fights, they're like, damn, we got our money's worth, and we're gonna go watch them again. So if I get the opportunity to fight September 14th or May 5th, or is it May 5th?
May 5th, September
May 5th.
Right.
So if I get that opportunity, you know it's gonna come. You know, all I gotta do is do my job, work hard, and give these fans the fights they want to see, and it'll come with time.
Now, at such a young age, I mean, to already been champion once, fighting, you know, to reclaim your title. What do you feel like needs to be done in order for you to get to that superstardom level? I mean, because you're extremely young, you know, so you have plenty of time. What do you feel like it's gonna take? Because you have obviously the skills and the excitement there as well.
I feel like I need to get spectacular knockouts, like Gervonta Davis. Every time that dude fights, he knocks somebody out. So I feel like he's pretty much up there too. Just knockouts, if not knockouts, great fights. You know, wars what they want to see, what the fans want to see, like the fights Triple G gives. You know, so that's my style. You know, I've never ran away from a fight. I'm not a boxer. I'm not gonna run the whole fight. You know what I mean? So I feel like I just got to keep doing what I'm doing.
David, is 168 still pretty easy for you to make?
Yeah, you know, I'm only like 2 pounds away from weight. You know, I'm smiling. You know, I'm not in a bad mood. So, you know, everything is good. I'm gonna be here for a while. I want to get all the fights, all those big fights that you guys are talking about. Those until I get all those fights, and I'm gonna go up to 75.
David, will you talk a little bit about your dad, Jose Benavides Sr., who doesn't get a lot of credit?
Yeah, you know that.
Especially the work ethic that he puts into your training.
Yeah, my dad, man. I'm very grateful for him because honestly, if it wasn't for him, I don't think I'd be here in this moment I'm at right now. I don't even think I wouldn't have been a professional boxer. You know, the way he trained me when I was younger, you know, he kept motivating me, especially when it came to the weight loss. You know, if it wasn't for him, I would have never lost that weight, and I don't know where I would have been at right now. But we work harder than everybody. That guy, man, he didn't know we were gonna be here. He just gave us a game plan and stuck to it. You know, everything I've accomplished is because of him.
How are you guys able to separate that father relationship and trainer relationship in the gym?
We don't. That's the thing. You don't separate it. It's just that he gives me my space. You know, when it's time to train, it's time to train. When it's time to relax, we go home. You know, we relax. We go about our lives. But we both know what's at stake here.
Any updates on Jose Benavides Jr.?
Yeah, he's gonna fight. He's gonna fight soon. He didn't fight Collazo because, you know, he got injured. His leg got injured again. You know, so when you get shot through your knee, you're always gonna have problems with your knee. You know what I mean? So we're just hoping for the best. That thing heals up and then back in the ring again. Because, you know, he's my big brother and I look up to him a lot. So I want to see him doing good.
David, what's your prediction on the main event, man?
You know, it's two great fighters. I really don't know what's gonna happen. You have Sean Porter, a pressure fighter, and you have Errol Spence, a pressure fighter too. You know, puts pressure all night, but they could both box. So, you know, I feel like it's gonna be who's gonna take the punch better. You know, so, or it could be a boxing match all night. I don't know, but it might be a knockout. You know, it's not. It might. I don't want to say what's gonna happen, but it's gonna be a great fight.
All right, guys, 2 more questions, guys.
Real quick, you mentioned Canelo. He's moving up from his last fight 2 divisions to 175 pounds to challenge Sergey Kovalev. What are your thoughts on that move and the fight itself?
It's gonna be a great fight. You know, the thing I like about that fight, there's no weight class or there's no catch weight. So Kovalev, he's always been a huge puncher. You know, he's always been a monster of the division. So, and he has a great jab. You know, with shorter fighters, you need a great jab. But Canelo has amazing head movement, and he has some wicked body shots. So, I don't know, man. That's gonna be a war too. It's probably gonna be like a Hagler Hearns or something like that. I don't know. It's gonna be a good fight. I'm very excited to watch it.
Last question.
Do you think you're finally getting back the respect that you deserve since you came back? And what do you think how do you think this fight would elevate you?
Definitely, I feel like I'm getting my respect back. How would it elevate me? I don't know. I just want to become the best. I just want to be the champion again. You know, I'm not really trying to see what's going to happen after. I just want to get my belt back, and whatever happens, happens. I'm just ready for anything.
Thank you, David.
Thank you,
David.
Thank you.